From there we went to the Nekromanteion, which was the site of the most powerful oracle of the dead. And this is where Orpheus, or Theseus, or Odysseus, or Hercules went down into a cave, into utter darkness. And at that spot, aided by Persephone, they would be taken into the realm of the underworld. And in all of Greek mythology, there were only 4 who made that journey and came back alive. And so the opportunity to go to the Nekromanteion was in many ways the sanctum sanctorum of our particular trip, that was made even more potent by the teachings of Ray Moody, a deep Greek scholar who has gone through 4 versions of Plato's dialogues till they become completely to shreds, and then he starts over again. Probably knows Plato more than possibly anybody alive today. And it was because of his insight as a very young man that Plato's wisdom was derived from the oracles of the dead. And in fact, many of the pre-Socratic philosophers, Parmenides, Empedocles, and others, Socrates, Pythagoras, all said that their visions of metaphysics came from their visitations to the oracle of the dead, and in particular, the Nekromanteion at the Acheron River. So that's where we stayed for 3 days. And we went into that cave, and miraculously, when it was destroyed by the Romans in 167 BC, when they were conquering Greece, the whole site was covered over. So the excavations over the last 40 years have revealed the Nekromanteion, and the buildings on top of that cave are almost all completely preserved. Even the great urn, the copper urn that was filled with water, on top of which they put olive oil, and they would gaze down and they would enter the underworld, and certainly the cave, are all almost completely preserved. All along the way, Bruce Silverman, while Ray was doing his teachings, Bruce was leading us in shamanic drumming and deep ritual in a way that complemented the rational, Platonic illuminations on the Apollinarian side, the solar side, imparted so powerfully by Ray Moody, and Bruce Silverman doing it on the lunar side, on the Orphic side, on the symbolic, intuitive, dreamlike side. And it was that combination within which all of us made this journey that culminated in Delphi, the site of the most powerful of the ancient oracles, where, dedicated to the god Apollo, people would come from all over the Mediterranean, and they would seek counsel of the Pythia, a woman who sat on a tripod in a cave from which vapors emanated from the earth that were in all probability hallucinogenic in some way. And she would engage in glossolalia, and her utterings in unknown tongues would be interpreted by the priests of Apollo. And all through Greek history, the great and the mighty and the small and the powerless would make their way to Delphi in times of deep questioning, and would be given oracular answers that they found as portals to the other side. That's where we ended our journey. Our final supper together in Delphi before going back to Athens was a recreation of Plato's Symposium, and we dedicated several hours over a wonderful Greek dinner and libations of wine to talk about what each of us at the end of our journey would say about the deep mystery of love. What is love? How do we love? How does love teach us? And how does love play a role in the very complicated developments of our individual soul and our collective human journey. So that's where we ended. And 4 of us, Will Tagle, Judith Yost, Bob Meyer, and myself, flew to Eastern Turkey, where we went to Urfa. Urfa is one of the oldest known human habitations. We've come back, and now I sit here at Plato's Academy. I want to very deeply thank every single one of the pilgrims who journeyed with us. We were about 26 strong. Each one of them brought a very special gift. All of us together engaged in an enlargement of our souls in powerful, oracular, and healing sites that I think have changed our lives. It certainly has been one of the most powerful transformational journeys in which I have ever engaged. I want to thank everyone who has participated via Facebook and looked at all the beautiful YouTubes that Bob has been filming and all the students that participated. We at Wisdom University are very deeply committed to deepen our own journeys. You, as students, come here for your journey, and we do everything we can to catalyze the enlargement of your soul. It's also true that the university, as a university, is engaging in its own collective journey. We're going deeper. We're going into the primordial. We're trying to glean the wisdom that emanates from the earth itself. And to be part of this has been a great honor and a privilege. And I want to thank all of you who participated, either in deed or vicariously, for supporting and honoring the powerful pilgrimage that is now drawn to a close.